I try to listen for words that they say over and over again.
We have to think about it as one of the most volatile periods in American history. Remember, one of the most volatile periods in American history.
And they say it a few times, you just write it on down, and you try and bullet point those things.
Profs often write key words on the board.
Are you with me? Irreducible. Another word down here, complexity. Are you with me?
Listen for key phrases, such as the 3 key points are, or it's critically important that.
And you can hear him say the main point, in summary, those key phrases that you're going to have to write down information after that.
Listen for superlatives and other words indicating a milestone.
This is probably the first great statement. Now, the crucial idea here.
Also take note when you hear.
Listen up, take this down. This is probably something you need to know in the long run, or for the test, sometimes they say that.
Okay, so you can write this down.
Professors give you little cues like this will show up later, or you might see this later on in this course.
A lot of professors are really blunt about it and will say, this is probably going to be on your test.
Body language is another clue.
In lecture, I wait until the teacher gets excited because that's the information that they're going to put on the test because they actually feel that it's important, they like it. And if they like it, they're going to test you on it.
I am listening for all of the key words. When the teacher gets a little excited and his voice raises up, that's when I'm listening in, I'm writing that down.
So wait until their hands start moving, they're smiling, they get all jumpy, and that's when it's going to be on the test. Star that in your notes.
And some of others have said also, I listen for when the professor gets excited because that's what they're interested in and that's what I should write down.
Well, those are great strategies. I mean, some other simple things. Anytime a professor makes a list, the first thing you should know, or there are 3 major reasons for.
Number 1, number 2, number 3.
Those are things that should go down in your notes.
And then there are electronic clues.
And then also look for PowerPoints, the key highlighted words on PowerPoints.
These PowerPoint slides are on Blackboard now. All the lectures I do will be on Blackboard in PDF file. So that if you want to, what you can do is print it out before the class and then just write notes on the PowerPoint presentation. A lot of students do that.
And it's really useful to have that because you won't have to write down all the key points. They'll be in front of you and you can supplement with your own understanding of the material.
So what do you do with all these notes? Here's a strategy taught at Indiana Purdue at Fort Wayne. Each circle represents a source of course material, the text, the lectures, and another source presented in class. Content covered in all 3 circles, where the circles overlap, is very important.
Where they overlap, we call that the most powerful information. If it was covered in lecture, if it was covered in the textbook, and it was covered in something else like a handout or a PowerPoint or a guest speaker, if it's covered in all 3, that's where you start studying for the test. That's the most important.
If it comes up in the reading and the professor talks about it, you probably need to know it.
There's a clue.
There's a clue.
Okay, so pay special attention when your prof repeats a point, makes a list, uses trigger words. Trigger words such as, in summary, the crucial idea is, it's critically important that. Also listen for milestone indicators such as, this is the first great, the turning point was, the origins of. Pay special attention when there's a change in the professor's inflection, or when the prof raises his or her voice. Finally, watch body language for any sign that the professor is especially passionate about the point being made.